So today we're going to review a few items. I am just going to quickly get in here and get started. I don't want to be here too long. I've just added the Jelly Jam lip mask, which is in the scent Honey. Very good. I love it. I use it all the time. My lips will be nice and refreshed once I'm done. Today I'm going to be using the silver brush set, but I'll put the name here for you. These are all the brushes. Well, these are probably the same brushes. There's two sets in here, but I just put them together because I had ordered just the regular brushes for extra brushes, and then I have the actual brush set in here. I usually use the mink set because it comes with everything that you basically need. With Christmas and me moving things around, I have no idea where I put my mink brush set. I'm going to start with my cleansing water, which is an AOA Studio product. I will put a picture of it here. It's part of their skincare. I also use their toners. I use a lot of their serums as well. Right now, I'm just going to use the cleansing water quickly. Okay, so I've done that, and I'm just gonna let my face dry off a bit. My heater might kick on or off. It gets a little chilly in here. I do have a spider guy here that I have. He's my jumping spider. I'm waiting for his enclosure to come, and once it gets here, he'll have a little place to sleep and be cuddly. He's up there in his little web. I have quite a few that I've let go in here, and I don't know where they are, what they're doing. I spray my window every once in a while to give them something to drink. I'm taking the AOA Studio E119 spoolie brush, and I'm just brushing my eyebrows up. Now, I probably should shave them quickly. I usually put my mirror over here, but with how much new stuff Miss A has, I don't have a lot of room here this time to put a lot of things. So if you catch me looking over here, it's because it's just easier for me to see instead of looking through my phone where I have to get real kind of close up. Today I'm going to go with the pore filling primer. You know, this is my all-time favorite right now. They did come out with some new primers as well that are like the Power Grip primer. So I put about that much. You probably don't need that much, but I just put that on there just so I don't have to go back into the bottle. But I'm going to add it to my more troubled areas first, like this with my fingers. So now that we have that on, we're going to let it sit for a second. I have two different foundations that they just recently came out with, and this is the Matte Vision foundation. This is matte, camera ready, and it is high def. Then we have the soft matte foundation, and this is by the AO2 Lab. I'm going to use the Wonder Matte Beveled Sponge by the AOA, and I'm just going to start putting this on where I've already started. I really like that it is thick. I like that. I'm not a big foundation person. I normally, to be honest, I use concealer. So we're just going to add this quickly. We're done there. And now we're going to move on to concealer. I'm going to use the Locked Creamy Concealer today because this is one of their newest. They did just recently come out with the Flawless Concealer. This is in the shade LN1. And then for my foundation, I did use the L2. So I'm just going to add this to where I normally do concealer. I have used this. I wasn't happy with it, but it's all in your own preference. My favorite concealer from the AOA is the liquid foundation. Comes in the little tubes. They kind of look like these, but they're smaller. I don't have one on hand because that's not what I was going to use today. With that, you do want to get going and press it in because it does tend to dry quickly. So we're just pressing this in, and wherever we need more coverage, we'll just go back in and fill it in. I'm not doing a super colored look. I'm just trying to show you guys all these new things that they've come out with and how it goes onto the face. So I'm just going to do a kind of a natural look today. I have a lot of things going on and I feel a bit anxiety coming on, I guess, from just thinking about everything. Okay, so we have all that on and it goes onto the skin nicely. Normally, I do not use a powder on my face. I don't really care for powders too much. I'm not really into it. With being older, I just feel that powder sits on the skin and just makes you look a little bit older than you need to be. So I'm just not a big fan of that. Today we are testing new things. So I'm going to be using the AOA Studio Flawless Setting Finish Powder. This is the loose powder they just came out with, and I am using the shade Light. So I'm just going to tap a little bit into my top. So I'm just going to take just a tad. I'm going to put it onto my hand just to get rid of some like that. And I'm going to set. It's not bad at all. Pretty kind of happy with it, to be honest. Wow. It does just kind of leave a really good finish on your face. I don't have like the best camera, but I'm going to tell you it does sit on the skin really good. All right, I'm not going to set my eyes, but this is an A+ for me. I'm going to be using my AOA Studio palette with all these colors that I've chosen. Just like I said, I'm going to do a simple look today. Not 100% sure on the color shades, but the ones that I use, I will definitely put the names here for you so I don't have to go through the names while I'm doing it. I may use these new travel AOA Studio brushes just for some of the products. So I'm going to be using this little guy out of the travel brush set, and this is the black brush set, and it's the small shader brush. And I'm just going to go in with this white color and set my eyes. I'm going to use the AOA Studio mirror. It looks like this. I do have the old school one, which I always have to say they need to come back out with these. This has like a matte finish on the back, and they're very light, way lighter than these, which makes it a little bit more easy to travel with and to keep in your purse. It's not real bulky. This is a little bulky and a little heavy. So we're just gonna set with the white here and just pat it on, and then once you've patted it to the skin, you can start wiping. Now that we've done that, we are going to move on. I gotta get my AOA Studio brush cleaner. They also have these for $1 on Miss A. I'm gonna go in with a kind of a lighter, kind of browny color here. And I'm going to stick it into the crease and just work it into the crease here. I'll probably just push it into the crease and then start blending. This is not much of a blending brush. Maybe I'll use this guy. This is the E145 from the Silver Brush. And this is just going to help smoke us out. It's much more dense and easier to use, to be honest. So there we go. We've got the color on. I'm just going to do the same here, kind of get the color in, and then start to blend. This brush works really nice. All right, so that's pretty good. Both sides are about the same. And then I'm going to go into something a little darker with a smaller brush from the Travel. And just stick that right here. This is just a little deeper of a brown color. There is a lot of fallout, so you got to watch that. But to get that pigment, you do want to kind of just dip and then go into the eye here, or you're gonna not get that pigment you want. But very pretty. Then I'm going to take a little bit of this orange. It's like an orangey color in the corner. Very pretty. Then I'm going to take a little bit of this black here. I don't want a lot. Just right there in the crease, in the corner. Just a little itty bitty dot. And kind of crunch it in there to give it a little bit more of a darker, shady color. But not anything crazy, if you know what I mean. I mean, I'm barely tapping in there. And then adding it, kind of blotting it in there, and then shading it out. I don't want anything crazy though. I don't want the black to stand out too crazy. And then we're going to go back with this guy that we started with and just kind of go crazy there just to shade it like that. And then it gives it, you know, a black shade in that area. Okay, and then I'm going to go back with this little guy and go into that darker brown color, which we just used. And I'm going to add some to the bottom here. And then what's nice is a little bit of that black will be on there too. And then I'm going to take this bigger brush, clean it off, and just whoosh this at the bottom to smoke it out. And then I'll probably take that bigger brush again and just kind of go crazy here. Just to shade it out. I'm going to take this smaller shader, which is more of a stiff brush. I'm going to put that white back into this top part here. And then we'll go back in with that bigger brush. And then just kind of get those edges to where they're not so noticeable. Like that. And then I'm going to take this brush here and kind of whoosh away anything that we don't want. Under our eyes here. We got all these AOA Studio liners and pins and other things, lip liners. I'm going to use the AOA Studio Gel Liner. It looks like this. I'm just going to put it into the waterline here. I'm going to be using the AOA Studio Tallash and the Fat Lash for my mascara, and I did mention in one of my posts on my YouTube that this Tallash is phenomenal. This has been my go-to. I was kind of iffy about it, but now that I've done it, I can't go back. So you don't have to. I've done it before without having to curl my lashes, and they still look really good. But I'm going to curl them because I have things going on today, and I just want my lashes to look really nice. But usually if I'm just going somewhere or doing something, I'll just quickly put my mascara on without curling or anything. I'm going to start with the Tallash, the end with the bristles on it, and then the other side has just a smoother end to it. And I'm going to start combing my lashes and then closing my eye, which brushes them nice and even, which I like. And then once I have them the way I like, I'll turn the bristle around and just put that through my lash. And then it gets my eyelashes to stand up super, super tall. And I love that. It just adds a little bit more product to them. And then I use the brush again and kind of brush out my lashes. And it makes them look really good. Once I let those sit for a little bit, I'll go back in with the Tallash just to go in one more time. And then I'm going to take the Fat Lash and give us a little bit more product. Just like that. And they look amazing. After I had Brenly, oh my gosh, I thought my lashes were never going to grow back. I did use the serum from Miss A, which I have over here behind my camera here, but I feel like if I mess with any of this back here, it's all just going to dump, and then I'm going to have a big mess. So we're not going to mess with that. Okay, so we're done with that. Now we're going to start on getting this whole face together. So I'm going to use, for my contour today, I'm going to use the bronzer and our contour stick by Paw Paw. And let's see, this might not, yeah, we're going to use this. So we're just going to put the contour where we want it here. like that. And then we're going to take our blender and just kind of blend all that out. And then we're going to go down instead of brushing up. Gives you that shadowy look. Same thing with this. We're just going to kind of blend it out and then take it down. This is just giving us a little bit of color, and then we'll go back in with bronzer to give us that natural kind of look. And this blends out quite nicely. And just blend that baby out like so. Now remember to blend down when you're pulling. And then you can kind of go like this to get it where you want, above the cheek, but you want to take it down. Like so. And now we're going to fix the nose here. That. I'm going to go into the Perfect Bronzer. And I'm going to use my AOA Studio F20 brush. We're going to tap in there. And just kind of blend that baby out. Like that. This is going to give us a little bit of the natural color we need. And this is in the color Latte, if you are wondering. All right, and then I'm going to go in with the Perfect Pressed Finishing Powder. I'm going to take my blender that we just used, wherever I threw that, and I'm going to start to sculpt out our little areas with the blender. I usually use my Zuri contouring palette, but I want to use AOA Studio products today for this look. Okay, just get that. And then powder yourself back up here. We're going to use this high def brush. This is the F1 Kabuki brush, one of my favorite brushes, or used to be one of my favorite brushes. I still do, but it's really good for getting all your blush and things on. We're just going to brush down. I do get a little bit onto the brush here. Hit it onto there, and then I'm going to take some down the neck. Just to get that color right. And then you don't have to take your foundation or whatever have you down the neck. I am not a fan of when people take their products down the neck and they think that that's not getting all over their clothes throughout the day. They're crazy. I won't ever take my makeup down my neck. Won't be me. We're going to move on to blush and highlighter, and then onto the lips, and then we're good to go. I was going to use the Color Flush blush, but since we have used a lot of powder so far on the face, I'm not going to go into this liquid, but this stuff is amazing. It's my favorite. You can do it over powder. It's not really that bad, but I've used an excessively amount of powder today. I don't normally do, so I don't want to use this liquid. Today, I'm going to just stick with powders, and I'm going to use this Hello Glow Duo Blush and Highlighter. This is the shade And Young, I'm thinking. I'll leave the name of it here for you, but this is what it looks like. And this highlighter is very pretty. Just a subtle highlighter. I'm probably not going to go with the highlighter. This is the contour brush, but I use it for blush. We're going to go into this color here. Lots of fallout. So we're just going to hit that off a little bit because we don't want to go too crazy. And I just put it onto the ball of my cheeks and then go up. Add to the ball, go up. And then I hit my nose down here, and I hit up here just a tad to give us some color. For the highlighter, I am going to use, which is an oldie, this is the Heiress. It's a dupe for the Jeffree Star Ice Cold. I'm going to use, out of the silver brush set, the F32 brush. And I'm just going to tap in here. See, it gives us a little bit there. Add it to my chin. Add some right there to my lip. A little bit to the nose. Under the eye. Please add to the under the eye. Beautiful. And then up here. Take it everywhere. And then I'm going to take 123 brush, and it just has kind of that shading brush look. And I'm going to add some to the top of my brow here. Like I always do with 90% of my looks. I add some to the corner of my eye. Do the same on this side. And then to the corner. It's so hard to get this off, but I'm going to use the Sculpt My Brow. I'm going to take a little bit of the Slim Brow Pencil and kind of darken my eyebrow up just a tad bit. If I can't get this open, I'm going to use the brow gel, which works really great. It's my go-to. I use this 90% of the time. I just have such a hard time getting this open, but if you spin it, and it comes open pretty quickly for you. But before we do that, I'm just going to leave that here, and I'm going to darken up my brows like I just said before we set this up. And I just kind of give my brow a lift. There. And then I'm going to take the Sculpt My Brow and just give my brow a little bit of lift. There we go. Good. Good to go. Good to go. We just used the AOA Studio Sculpt My Brow, plus I used the AOA Studio Slim Brow Pencil for the brows. Beautiful. Okay, and now we're moving on to the lips, and then we are done with this look. For the lips, I'm going to be using the Vibin and the Work It. That lip mask is a must pick up. Okay, so I'm just going to add this. Okay, then we let that dry, and then I'm going to add Work It to the center. Like that. And then I use my finger to blend that all in. And then it gives us a really pretty matte nude lipstick. So that is that. We are good to go. And since I said, you know, I'm not really too happy with the setting sprays that they have, I really wish they would come out with something a little bit more something better, more of like a mist. But I'm going to be using my Tarte setting spray instead of a Miss A setting spray because I'm just going to end up using it anyway. All right. Okay, so we are all done. This is the finished look for the tutorial here. For all the new items that Miss A just came out with, I'm really happy with the foundation. It went on really good. It sat on the skin a little rough, but for cheaper makeup, this being $4, it probably should be a little bit better than what it is. But all in all, it's a great product. I used the L2. It comes with a pump, which Miss A's never come out with something with a pump. The concealer was great. Not bad with the combination here. I really got to give it to them on the Flawless setting powder. This is a great product, and I will definitely use this in my everyday use for setting because it does literally sit on the skin really nice. I'm really happy with it. I can't wait to try this foundation. It looks like it's really good too. They're both thicker, but one's a soft. This is a soft matte, and this is more of a high def matte foundation, so it's a little bit more full coverage. I do recommend you guys pick this up for the price. It's all right. It's good. It's good. The bronzer's good. Definitely pick you up that. I was going to try out the new liquid eyeshadows. Maybe I'll put a little bit in the corner of my eye here. See if it brightens us up just a tad. Ooh, that's really nice. I like that. I'm going to keep that there. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this here. Ooh, so pretty. Maybe take it up a bit. I don't want it to go too crazy with it because I'm going to ruin my look. And then I'm going to be mad. So I just kind of took it up above. And I'm going to take my finger and kind of stamp it in. Ooh, that's pretty. Really pretty. Okay. So I just kind of took that, the liquid Magical Girl liquid eyeshadow, and just kind of stamped it in there on the corners, which is really pretty. And you gotta wait for it to dry or it is kind of a little clumpy like, but it's just beautiful. I did take that down a little bit more on this side than I wanted to, but it's still pretty. Love it. Love it. Definitely check out the Magical Girl liquid eyeshadows. Beautiful. Just beautiful, if you guys can see. So this is the finished look. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and getting ready with me. I know it's taken me a while to get this video out. I'm so sorry. I've just been so busy. Lots of things going on. I will see you later on tonight for a Shop Miss A haul. I will leave all the products that I use down below. I will also leave my affiliate link down below so that if there's anything in this haul that you guys want to purchase today, you could just click that link. It'll take you straight to Shop Miss A. If you guys have any questions or need help finding anything, just leave me a comment down below and I will get back to you. If you like this video, please hit that like button, and before you leave, don't forget to subscribe. Alrighty guys, I'll see you on my next one. Bye-bye.
Fight back.